Hello there, my name is Linda, also known as Tortagialla around the internet. I love creative journaling and all things stationery. So, I am back this week with another journal show and tell series episode. Basically, as I go through my collection of old journals, I need to decide if I will be archiving them, recycling them, upcycling them. So, I thought it would be a good idea to just share one each week, a flip through so that you can see it, and I will also have a digital copy for my own records. So, this particular creative journal I made myself. It is a piece of leather that I lined with some scrapbook paper inside, punched some holes, and made sort of like a traveler's notebook type. But I actually like bound it with some string and decorated the cover as well, which again is another one of those things that I don't tend to do anymore because having elements on the front cover, it might get like rubbed off and things like that. So I don't do that anymore. But you can see on the inside here, it's lined with cardstock paper, and I definitely have some memory keeping stuff in here. So it's a picture of my son with some like a card from an event, a note card, and the pages have like these printed prompts on them. And this very opening page, I use like the creative life documented like a little journaling card, and I believe that's from like Amy Tangerine. So it's just a mishmash of like collage with washi tape and scrapbooking supplies. And these pages have these printed prompts on them because this must have been from a stage when I made these prompted journals and sold them in my Etsy shop. So you can see it does have like some sort of statements on the page. And this particular page on the right, I think I have a video showing the like journal with me of this particular page that I made for one of like a creative art journal page challenge. But yeah, it's very like scrapbooky, collage stickers, and some, phrase or writing using markers, using paints, mixed media, but like not like in my mind, it seems very much like the scrapbooky phase. So here you can see I have a just a printout of an illustration of a bunny that I made, and on the right hand side there's that prompt again. So I'm following my prompt using like paint to make sort of a pattern for the background, and then I just tape this like collaged paper heart on top onto some vellum and washi taped on top. Just doing creative exercises basically, and sort of writing a phrase here or there when I wanted to, responding to sort of like the creative prompt. And I made a bunch of these like little monsters, I guess I don't know what you call them, with collaged papers. So I collaged like a big sheet of paper, and then I cut out the shape and made the little monsters. On the right, that's the little flower collage. And you can see here, this is from 2017. So I started pasting in these calendars because I was subscribed to the Paper Gang subscription. It's like a stationery subscription box from the UK. And I got all these calendars, and I don't really use them in planning and stuff. So I just made it a habit to stick it in this journal and sort of decorate over it. Again, very like scrapbooky to me. I don't know, because I definitely had a phase of scrapbooking traditionally and using those supplies. So I just have a lot of those supplies to use. You can see the little monster animals again, and just writing out some of my thoughts, like really simple. Actually, that was a quote from Mary Oliver. And here's another little monster character that I was always angry at this point. And all the black paint in the background, the calendar again. And here trying a little bit of watercolor with some doodling. Still very simple in terms of like being limited. And I know it's when my kids are little, I I tend to do things that are like not as messy, if that makes sense, because at any moment you just have to stop and like leave everything on the table. So it doesn't really lend itself to like full on painting kind of sessions. But I do have these little girl characters that I drew. And on the right hand side here is actually Happy Mail. This is like things that I received from other artists through like mail trades or like Happy Mail trades, like an ATC card down there. So that was actually made by someone else. And here is a page that is a little bit more like painty in terms of smooshing around colors on the page, and the journaling I have there is actually printed out, but it's actually a quote. And I just printed it out and cut it out and stuck it on because I just like that look. But definitely, I must have watered down these paints like too much because it's sort of crackling and like coming off a little bit. So that is not good in terms of like a long term. Like if you water down paint too much, it doesn't have the, the sticky part that stays to the paper. Here, simple page, you can see just using a journaling card. This page has like a drawing. It's just doodling on the page. And on the right hand side, another one of those characters I created. I basically created a whole series, so it's like one per month. So as I was creating it, I must have stuck them into this book. And here's another page just about coffee with a little stick-on note. And again, lots of scrapbooking supplies. These are like scrapbooking papers, wood veneers, washi tape. Here's another character that was for March. On the right-hand side, similar like painting and writing down some thoughts, and then punched out a bunch of hearts from painted papers and the purple color and sticking them on there. Another calendar, another girl, another girl. So here I must have not had a lot of time because I really just put in the calendar and that girl that I created. And I think that's like the rest of this book. Oh no, I did do a page with fabric and leather punched out pieces and like a little collage there in the upper right hand corner. So that's definitely fun in terms of mixed media, but not using paint, using like other supplies. And I definitely have these, a lot of these each month calendar and each month girl that I drew. Here's another little collage with some paint and some stickers I created. And I think I like roughly followed the prompt when I could. Otherwise, I just covered it up, obviously, with like my illustration for the month and the monthly calendar, just because I didn't have another place to put these monthly calendars. And that's actually the end of this journal, Create Fearlessly. So like, I don't know, this journal, I do like it, but at the same time, it seemed like half of it is really just those calendar things, which are nice. I mean, those calendars are artwork created by other artists, obviously, for the Paper Gang box. But I don't know that I'm so attached to it that I want to keep it, right? So maybe this first spread is definitely more like art journal-y. But again, just looking back at it, it's like there's always fond memories and like little tidbits here and there that I enjoy, that I like, that maybe I want to keep. But there's also, lots and lots of pages that are just like mishmash, random, creative, explorations, or like a phrase here or there. And so many years after, I don't really, there's no like huge sentimental value or anything that I'd be like, I must keep this. And I don't know, some people feel that you should never destroy anything, you should keep everything because it's part of the history, but I just, I'm definitely going through this phase where I just need to get rid of things. So I'm trying very hard to be very selective. And one thing I realized is that just taking pictures of spreads or scanning them into the computer, that might actually be useful for upcycling and reusing like spreads, especially for spreads that have paint on them, and it's hard to like work on top of paint oftentimes because of the texture, or maybe it's like flaking off, or it wasn't like the obviously pro artist materials. And if you were to scan it into your computer, then you have a digital copy that you can actually print out again and use again as a background. So that's definitely an interesting idea. that came to me because I was watching Seaweed Kisses video, and she was doing that in creating her art journal zines as well. So I think that that's a very good idea. So that is my flip through of this particular art journal. Thank you so much for watching. And by the way, if you want to support me directly, I'm a digital designer. I post my digital printables on Ko-fi for my supporters there. I also have a blog, tortagialla.com, where I've been posting free printables for years and years. So just check the description below for all the information and links. Thank you so much, and until next time, bye.